Okay, today I'm working on a 2002 Honda Accord. This is the one with the ULEV engine. This particular vehicle has over 380,000 miles on it. And the complaint is that the check engine light is on. So, I'm going to go ahead and plug in my scan tool. This is really nice to be able to do this. All my vehicles, my personal vehicles, don't have OBD. And let's see what they read. See what the codes are. No, not seeing anything. It's terrible. It's 1166, 1167. And that's it. So codes 1166 and 1167 are have to do with the sensor, and more particular, the heater unit inside the sensor. So now we're going to shut the engine off, or shut the ignition off. Leave that plugged in for now. And let's go take a look under the hood. I've taken the liberty of checking some of this stuff out already, and I was not able to get any resistance readings on the heater circuit, the existing oxygen sensor. These two black wires are the wires you want to test. So when I probe those two black wires with my multimeter, there and there, I get nothing. No reading on the multimeter. So I went ahead and bought a new what's called air fuel sensor. They say oxygen sensor. I got the Walker online because it was considerably cheaper than everyone else's. Looks like the right thing. It's got the little itty bitty holes on it. The numbers on this are 3,000. And then above that is 035. So, came in a plastic bag. Now I'm going to check those two black wires on this, and let's see what we get, if I can do that. One there, one there. If I hold it just right, I should get the correct reading. And if I don't hold it just right, I should have brought something else. So there. 1.2 ohms is what it's reading. 1.3, 1.2, 1.1 ohms. So my theory is if you're stuck, get that 1.1 back here for you. 1.2. My theory is if you're stuck with that 1166 and 1167 code, and you can get a 1.1 ohm resistor and get it across those two black, peel back this of your used oxygen sensor or air fuel sensor, and you can get a 1.1, 1.3 ohm resistor across those two terminals, those two black wires, cover it back up here. I'm not saying this is the right thing to do. The computer will probably realize that it's got the correct resistance, and it might clear the check engine light. The cost of a 1.1 ohm resistor is a lot less than a brand new oxygen or air fuel sensor. And I think that the other parts of the air fuel sensor work just fine. It's just that one little, that small heater coil. If the computer doesn't catch the right resistance on that, it throws that 1166 and 1167 code. So I'm not saying that's the right way to do it. I'm not saying that the federal government wouldn't come down on you. But I'm going to install this Walker 350-64008 oxygen sensor, and we'll fire it up and see if that clears the codes or not. I do know that if I was stuck between a rock and a hard space and I had my choice of buying a $500 stock air fuel sensor and throwing a 1.1 ohm resistor across those two terminals so that I could get my car smogged and make it till the next payday, well, I think you know what I would do. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this guy up. This old oxygen sensor, like I said, had no resistance reading across the two black wires, which is the heater sensor. This is a Denso 192400-1020. Again, I think this is the stock one, or similar to the stock one. And I would recommend giving it a try, you know, especially since the stock Honda air fuel sensor is over $500. This one I got for about $49 on eBay, and I'm going to hook it up. I'll clear all this stuff out of my way and we'll go start the car. So, the bottom line here is you're trying to not so much fool the computer, but I don't think that heater circuit is that important for the operation of the air fuel sensor. It checks, the computer checks to see if it's there or not, and then I think it goes on with its life. Again, I said this was the ultra low emissions vehicle engine. I looked into that, and apparently a lot of ultra low emissions has to do with how the transmission shifts. This has the instead of an engine control module, or ECM, it has a PCM, I guess it is, powertrain control module. And on this particular vehicle, the engine has actually been changed. It is no longer an ultra low emissions vehicle. As you notice over here, it is not an F23A4, it is strictly an F23A. So I'm not sure they even opened the hood. And there's the F23 designation, F23A designation down there. So we're going to go ahead and clear those codes and see if it works this time. The fun part would be finding a Radio Shack where you could get a 1 ohm resistor. Okay, so we'll turn the ignition on. Erase and done. So now that should clear the codes. No codes to read now, but we still have to start the car and run it through its startup sequence, and so we can do that. Now, the maintenance required light is still on, but I have a feeling that light's going to go off once it clears, once it goes through its driving or its warming up or learning stage, relearns everything. So don't worry about that, and I hope this has helped you out with a little bit of information. The correct resistance on a air fuel sensor for a 2000 to 2002 Honda Accord is red across the two black wires, and it should be about 1.2 ohms. If you're stuck between a rock and a hard place and you need to get your car smogged, you may be able to fool the system by putting a 1.2 ohm resistor between those two black wires. Cover it up and make it look pretty so it doesn't look like anybody's been in there doing anything. And I'll bet you can get your car smogged and make it till the next payday. Hope that helps. And any comments or questions, go ahead and let me know.